Actually, it is quite a beautiful thing to realize that we do not need to be geniuses to take care of our future. If you have ever felt overwhelmed by the flashing red and green numbers of the stock market, I want you to take a deep breath with me right now. I am going to make this journey so simple, so quiet, and so incredibly approachable for you. We are talking about how to start, where to plant your seeds, what noise to filter out, and how to build a life that grows while you sleep. I am going to avoid all that scary financial jargon, and instead, let us just look at this as a roadmap for your own peace of mind, especially as we navigate through this year of 2026. So before we really settle into the heart of this video, tell me in the comments, what is the biggest thing that makes you feel anxious about money right now? I am really here to listen, and I am curious to see how we can support each other. I have organized our time together today into two gentle halves. The first half is about our heart and our mindset, why we need to nurture our savings, the different types of accounts available to us, and what simple things we should focus on. The second half will be about setting everything up to be automatic, finding our emotional center, and looking at the long roadmap ahead. There are just two small things I want to share before we talk about the psychology of it all. First, I am not a formal financial advisor, just a friend sharing what I have learned over the years. Even though I work in finance and have spent a lot of time around experts, I am just sharing what has brought me peace and stability. And second, the footage you see is from a classic game that brings me so much nostalgia. It reminds me of simpler times, and I hope it brings a bit of warmth to your day while we chat. Let us talk about the mindset we need as we begin. Before we look at what to buy, we have to look at how we think. I truly believe that taking care of your money is 80% mindset and 20% discipline. The thought that changed everything for me is this: wealth is built very slowly at first, and then it seems to happen all at once. Most people let go during the slow phase because it feels like nothing is happening. They get impatient, they get emotional, and they walk away just before the garden starts to bloom. The first thing to remember is that being consistent is much more important than being a genius. You do not need a high IQ to be a good investor. You just need a steady heart. The next thing is that time spent in the market is much more powerful than trying to guess the perfect time to enter. We are not here to rush in on a Monday and rush out on a Friday. We are here to stay, to let time do the heavy lifting for us. Also, boring is almost always better than complicated. Try to make this part of your life as simple as possible. Real investing is not about picking a lucky winner. It is about avoiding the little habits that make us lose our way. I like to call it a win-win mindset. It makes everything so much more gentle. When you invest, only two things can happen. Either the value goes up or it goes down. If I put in $1,000 and it goes up, I am happy because my money is growing, but if it goes down, I am also happy because I can now buy more of that beautiful investment at a discount. Think of it like your favorite pair of shoes going on sale for 30% off. You would not be sad, you would be excited to get more for less. If you can hold on to this mindset, all the stress just melts away. I have not felt stressed about my investments for years. Even when the world seems a bit chaotic, I just keep doing what I am doing and I stay calm. Now, why do we even need to do this in the first place? For most of us, we were not born with a mountain of gold. Prices are going up, life is getting more expensive, and it feels like our daily work is being squeezed. Your income by itself is often not enough to give you the rest you deserve later on. Investing turns your money into a little helper. It is a worker that never gets tired, never gets sick, and keeps building for you while you are out living your life. Even a small amount like $200 or $500 a month can turn into a life-changing sum over 20 years. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is today. Even if it is just $25 a week, it matters. It is about taking up space in the future. Now, let us talk about where we put this money because the container matters. My favorite container is the Roth IRA. It is such a gift to your future self. You put in money that has already been taxed from your paycheck, you invest it, and it grows in the dark, quiet, and undisturbed. When you reach your 60s and you need that money, it is all yours, completely tax-free. For this year, 2026, the limit you can put in is $7,500. That is about $144 a week. There is also a traditional IRA, where you get a tax break now but pay later. You can find simple calculators online to see which one fits your soul better. Then there is the 401k from your employer. If your job offers a match, please take it. It is essentially a gift of free money. If they match up to 6%, you should try to put in that 6%. It is like your employer saying, if you save for your future, we will help you get there faster. It comes right out of your paycheck, so you do not even have to think about it. It is automatic, gentle, and consistent. Some places have a vesting period, which just means you have to stay for a few years to keep all of their gift, but it is still worth doing. In 2026, you can put up to $24,500 into a 401k. It is a massive way to build a safety net. We also have the HSA, the Health Savings Account. It is a special tool with a triple tax benefit. It helps you with health costs, but it can also be a secret weapon for building wealth. The limit for an individual is $4,400 this year. And finally, there is the regular brokerage account. There are no limits here, and you can take your money out whenever the market is open. It does not have the same tax perks, but it gives you freedom. My suggested order for you is simple. Get that employer match first, then try to fill up your Roth IRA, and then go back to your 401k or brokerage. This path protects you and helps you grow with the least amount of friction. Now, What should you actually buy inside these accounts? You do not need to be a stock picker. You do not need 50 different things. You need simplicity. One option is just the S&P 500, often called VU. It is just a collection of the 500 largest companies in the country. It is diversified, low cost, and has a long history of taking care of people. Another option is VTI, which is the total stock market. It holds almost everything, big and small. It is the ultimate lazy portfolio, and I mean that in the best way possible. You could also look at a target date fund where you just tell them when you want to retire and they handle all the adjustments for you. It is very hands-off. I personally like a mix of mostly the S&P 500 with a little bit of dividend and growth funds added in. But the goal is to keep it simple so you do not have to worry, please. Stay away from things that promise to make you rich overnight. Hype stocks, day trading, options, and meme coins are often just forms of gambling that lead to heartache. They are loud, stressful, and they usually end up hurting people. Your job as a beginner is very simple. Do not let your account blow up. Stay in the slow, steady lane to set this up. You just need a brokerage app. Fidelity, Vanguard, or M1 Finance are all good choices. Make sure they allow you to buy fractions of a share, so if you only have $20, you can still buy a piece of a big fund. Once you link your bank and send that first small amount, set it to be automatic. Automation is a total cheat code. When the money leaves your account every 2 weeks without you doing anything, you stop overthinking. You stop wondering if today is a good day to buy. Every day is a good day to buy for the long term. This is called dollar cost averaging, and it is the most peaceful way to exist as an investor. It smooths out all the bumps in the road. The stock market is designed to reward the calm and patient soul. It penalizes the impatient. As we look at the next 10 years, just focus on the habit for the first 2 years. Even if it is $5, just start, learn a little bit each day, and build a small emergency fund of cash so you never have to sell your investments if something goes wrong. Having 3 to 6 months of expenses in a simple savings account will give you the courage to stay invested when things get a little shaky. Actually, money is just a tool to help us live a life that feels like a warm embrace. It is about being able to say yes to the things that matter and having the peace to say no to the things that do not. We are building a foundation of quiet strength together. It does not have to be fast, it just has to be steady. I am so proud of you for even thinking about this today. It shows that you care about yourself and the person you are going to become. Let us keep this conversation going with kindness. Remember to focus on your own progress, not someone else's highlight reel. Your journey is unique and it is beautiful just as it is. I will be right here with you every step of the way. Thank you for spending this time with me. It means the world to share this space with such a thoughtful community. Take care of yourself, and I will see you very soon. Peace. Actually, when we look back on these moments, we will realize that the smallest steps were the most important ones. It is in the quiet mornings and the simple decisions that our lives are truly made. You have so much potential within you, and I am just here to remind you of that. Money is just a part of the story, but you are the author. Keep writing something beautiful. Keep choosing peace over noise. The world can be so loud, but your future can be so quiet and secure. I believe in us, and I believe in the power of patience. Let us just keep walking hand in hand toward that $1 million peace of mind. It is waiting for us, not as a prize to be won, but as a life to be lived. See you in the next one.